Welcome, Fight Family, to our first show of 2021. This is your Captain Jay. Joining me is my co-host, 3D himself, reporting live from
the Apex, baby.
What are you doing over there, sir?
Man, I'm getting ready for another great year of fights and we got coming up. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got a couple of stat cards already.
Right off the top. Right off the top, we jumping right into it. But also on this, before we get any further, I want to let our followers know that we do have a special guest chiming in today. We're about to bring her on soon. That's a little tip of who it is. But once she comes on, we'll jump to that. What are you really looking for in 2021? Let the people know. Let the people know what's in store, Dominant Champ.
Yo, I want to see a real fucking season from Conor. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
man, let's skip that Irish man. He talks about him enough. Like, boo, like, come on.
Boo. Bro, he's the most exciting fighter in the sport. Golly. You know, I mean,
I wouldn't say all that, but
bro, come on. Like, how okay, who's okay.
All right. Mystic Mac?
Who are you looking for? Who are you looking for?
There's a lot of hype. He got a lot of hype. I give him that.
For 2021.
Oh, I'm looking forward to our Fight Family seeing our new logo that we about to release here for our next episode. Also, our merch dropping here soon is what I'm really excited about 2021. I don't know if they really know what's in store for them coming up. Just like all these fights, we have a lot of beautiful things coming up too. Uh-oh. We're about to jump right in there. Let's just bring her right in.
Hello.
We got our special guest.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. Hi. Thank you for joining us again.
Yeah, you know.
Yes. Heather Standing, BossLadyMMA.com herself, Submission Underground matchmaker. Yes. I can keep going on and on. But are you on Sug Island before we get any further? Where were we at?
I'm better than Sug Island. Yeah, better than Sug Island.
Because you just had 2 events in 10 days. So I thought they hold you hostage there for another one, start off the year.
No. I got away from that island. My island has mimosas. So
okay.
Mimosas.
There you go.
Okay. You go. I like the sound of that.
We don't serve that to the athletes.
A well-deserved vacation after a quick turnaround. 10 days apart, we had 2 Sug.
Yeah.
You know,
you have to have Sug 20 in 2020, right? I guess. That's what they told me.
Whose brainchild was that?
I think someone on Twitter. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. I asked Kevin on Wednesday. I keep wanting to think it was Sunday. It was a Wednesday. I said, "Did you know about this at the last show?" And he says, "No." He goes, "If I did, we wouldn't have torn down the cage." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fair."
Right.
So, yeah, they tore down the cage and everything. We thought we were on Christmas break. So.
Oh man.
Gotcha. Well, since we're talking about it, what's the plans for Sug Island 2021?
Late March. So we have I got the schedule 2 days ago. We have shows from March till December. We got 9 shows booked for 2021. Wow. But yeah, I mean, so we're gonna keep rolling it. I said, "Are you sure it's late March?" And he says, "Yeah." He goes, "Unless we get a phone call." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not answering that call next week." Like, no, I'm good. So yeah, we might do 10 shows. We did 10 shows this year.
Wow.
Which is crazy. We've never done, I mean, when you think about the fact that we're on Sug 20 and we started in 2016, I mean, we did a lot of shows this year, considering how they were dispersed out prior years. So yeah.
So do you have any insight on who's going to be the main event on that first March card?
I assume it will be Mason defending his title. We always have the champion on the card. But we've had a lot of UFC and Bellator people hit us up because obviously they've been seeing people on our show recently, and I think people just want to get paid right now. It's like with COVID, shows are less And so I think people just want to get paid, and yeah, it's we're getting all sorts of requests. I mean, we've had a lot of requests for Bader, for we've had a lot of women actually contact us, and I think that's because of Jillian and because of Amanda and all of that going on. Pearl Gonzalez, obviously, we'd love to have her back.
Oh man.
But no, I don't have any direct info. People are asking for Thug Nasty, and and I'm like, okay.
She has an amazing
I don't know.
That would be something.
You never know. I didn't know we were gonna have Bader or Cerrone or any of that either. So
hey,
all of a sudden it happens.
Fowler may quit working Bader, so I don't know.
He did. Well, you know what's funny is the day after the show, so on Thursday, Chael sends me Nate Diaz's phone number. That's what he does. He just drops me his number, and I'm like, I'm like, what's this for? And he's like, oh, he wants to get one of his guys on the show. Message him, and I'm like, okay, it's so nerve-wracking. I'm like, hey Nate, he ended up patching me through to someone else, and this guy is like, what up, Heather? And I'm like, okay. You're working with the NDA crew at that point. So yeah, it's cool. It's a good life.
That is cool. Since you are the matchmaker for Sug Underground, what is some advice that you would give some of these fighters that do want to get on there that aren't Nate Diaz or Cerrone?
Honestly, I hate to say it out loud, but bug me, honestly, they want us to bring, a lot of people complain about it. Well, not a lot of people, but some people do. And I want to explain that people, I get asked to bring back people that have already been on our show. We want to have that roster, that presence of people that we can build up in our, in our promotion. And obviously we had a really good showing with that tournament that we did 5 shows ago. And we brought back a lot of those guys, and we plan to keep doing that. But, have a good social media following, be active on social media. Some of these guys message me and they have 75 followers on Instagram. They hate Facebook. And I'm like, well, not a lot of people care about Twitter. So, next, I mean, it's horrible, but
so that is better following.
What was that?
So that is very important that they have a little bit of buzz and some
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, have some personality. What's funny about it is that a lot of the guys that we end up putting on tend to be MMA jiu-jitsu crossover. And the reason that is because MMA fighters like more attention than jiu-jitsu people do. They do. And so MMA fighters, a lot of them know the game. A lot of them understand that, you have to be a personality, you have to be a presence. They've been trying to get Dana White to notice them. And so they're used to playing that game. Whereas jiu-jitsu, it's more kumbaya. And it's like, well, I just want to roll and train and stuff. Well, it's like, okay, cool. But that doesn't sell tickets. That doesn't sell pay-per-view, So it's kind of it's a crappy thing to say. But yeah, I mean, have a following and have a personality, So,
hey, and as a fight fan myself, that's what I want to see. I want to see the excitement. I want to see, a little bit.
You want to know who that person is? They're happy to be there.
Spice up the competition for me,
Yeah. Well, if Chael can talk about it and have a storyline, that's always a good day. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he really builds it up too. He really.
Does. Yeah.
Get you excited about these guys.
I don't know how he does too.
Well, since you brought him up, why don't you share us one of your favorite Uncle Chael stories that you have?
Oh my gosh. Sub 2. And it was so funny. That's always going to be my favorite one because it was so early in mine and his working relationship that I was still kind of learning who Uncle Chael was and his personality. And what I learned is he doesn't sleep ever. Wow. And what I've learned working for him is that I probably shouldn't sleep either. But no, it was like midnight back in, this would have been probably August or July of 2016, right after our first show that we did. And he messages me and it's midnight, and I'm like, I happened to be awake, so that worked out. But he messaged me and he's like, you won't believe who we have for Submission Underground 2. And I'm like, who? And it must have been 20 questions later of who the fuck is it? And he spells out John Jones's name, just every text, J-O-N. I'm like, are you messing with me? It's like a little late and I'm a little tired. Are you messing with me? And he's like, no. And he's like, you won't believe who the opponent is. And I was just like, and so that always makes me laugh because that's just very Chael, It's like
Well, don't leave out the opponent.
Hi?
Don't leave out who the opponent was. He's just as big.
No, none other. Dan Henderson. Yes. But, and then of course we had Misha Tate and Jeff Monson. It was an epic card, obviously. But, he's this bad guy on TV, but he's like a little kid in a candy store. He just wants to he gets proud of himself. I do it too now. Now I'm just like, you won't believe who I just got. Well, he's not as impressed with me, I don't think.
It's funny that you brought that up because we know there's a underlining beef between Uncle Chael and Jon Jones. Well, at least on the internet.
Yeah.
To hear that he was that excited to get him on the show. Like, how real is that beef? Is it more entertaining?
Well, so I didn't really think there was a beef like back. I mean, this was, like I said, this was 2016, before some of John's indiscrepancies. And, it was funny because they did a face-off right after the show, or in the cage, right after the main event. They got in each other's face, and we instantly sold a bunch of tickets to SUG 3, and people were pissed at us because that match didn't happen. And I don't remember why that match didn't happen, but it's kind of interesting because Chael has never failed to take an opportunity since to talk about anything that John writes on Twitter. So I don't know if that match will ever happen. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I'm not sure how real it is.
I said I definitely would love to see that.
I mean, I don't know though. John's relevant. John's keeping Chael relevant. I don't know.
John's getting kind of big though. I don't know.
Is there any chance that we see Uncle Chael ever getting in Submission Underground himself?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a chance. It was recently propositioned. I say recently, it was probably a few shows ago, but it was propositioned for him and Anderson Silva.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was on the table. Yeah, and I don't remember exactly why it didn't happen. I want to say it was on Silva's side, honestly. I mean, because obviously it's our promotion, so I so that could potentially happen down the road. People ask for Chael all the time. I have people that message me that are, blue belts, like, give me Chael. Okay, sure, yes, I will. No, but it's very funny to me, the call outs that Chael gets. But I mean, we definitely could. I mean, he's open to it. We'll put it that way. He's open to it.
Yeah, I was just wondering if he was open to it. And Anderson Silva seems to still want to be active, but he won't be fighting in the UFC anymore. So,
well, there's that. Yeah.
It's time for you to pick up the phone, Heather, and make that connection. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I want to make that connection. I don't know. It would be cool. It would be very cool, but I'm holding out for Tito,
Okay.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
That'll happen. I don't think Tito will happen. John Jones will probably happen before Tito happens.
Interesting. That's spicy. Well, we know you're actually trying to enjoy your vacation. We very much appreciate you joining us. You broke the cherry as our first guest on this, and now you're our first guest for 2021.
Awesome.
We're very appreciative of it. You joining us. And one last question: we just want to know what your dream matchups is for 2021 as a fight promoter.
Gosh. Oh my gosh! Come on, man. It does not include Mike Perry. It does not. He just posted something recently, and I was rolling my eyes, and I was like, "Oh God, no!"
I thought you were trying to be a corner man. What do you mean?
Like, don't you have a baby due soon? Like, don't you? I don't know. I mean, everyone keeps yelling at us about Ryan Hall, so we obviously need to bring him in. I don't really. I like having people like Bader and, those kind of guys coming into the show, Pearl Gonzalez. I like seeing that UFC crossover, the Bellator crossover. I'd love to still get Derek Lewis in there. I don't care who it's with. I just want to meet him. That's selfish, but I just want to meet him. I did talk to him, so that was cool. But yeah, so I don't know. I honestly, Chael comes up with the wildest ideas and I just roll with it. So I don't even know what's exciting until it happens. All of a sudden, it's like, that's awesome. I mean, Cerrone and RDA, are you kidding twice? Are you kidding? You know, it happened in 2020, Jay. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Anything's possible.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, we'll let you go there. We appreciate it. Like I said, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your vacation. Yeah. Well deserved.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back. As you've seen, we just had Heather standing on. The fight promoter for Submission Underground is a local show here in our backyard. Somewhere here in Oregon, you will find Sug Island. Hopefully, you'll see Fight or Flight crew back there, backstage, bringing you exclusive footage from behind the scenes. Is that right, 3D?
Yes, that's what we're hoping, man. That's what we're hoping. So we can
and to whoever our Facebook users are, to get your stuff on the show, your name, go ahead and sign up so we can get that. But thank you. We don't care what Conor is up to for 2021. We don't care about his one fight a year.
Hater.
What was he have? 3 fights since 2016? Come on.
Look, my man Conor tried to get multiple fights over 2020.
Dana
knows he's a cash cow. He didn't want no part of
he says.
Come on, bro.
So let's just start off with this. Since we are at the beginning of 2021, let me just ask you this. With your foresight and your instinct, who holds the belt at the end of this year for just 3 of the divisions? We won't do them all, but just give me 3 divisions that are kind of spicy that you see somebody holding the belt at the end of the year.
Well, I'll start with the lightweight division. That seems to be kind of in some type of spin right now because it's like, okay, Khabib is off. He says he's retired, but Dana was about to have a meeting with them, and that determines whether Poirier versus Conor is for the title or not. I honestly think it will be.
No.
It will be for the lightweight title.
No.
Conor will start off the year as the lightweight champion. Will he end the year the champion? I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? My man, like you said a minute ago, my man has other things going on. He's a businessman, you know. But for the lightweight division, I see Conor being champion. I see in the welterweight division, that's also another spicy one for me right now because we got the Nigerian Nightmare sitting there as the champion, but Khamzat is kind of breathing on his neck, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Khamzat might actually, because and the only reason I say Khamzat might get him is because I feel like he has some jiu-jitsu and some wrestling that maybe Kamaru Usman hasn't seen before, you know.
So Khamzat is just gonna skip everybody and go straight to fighting Usman, is what you say?
You asked who's going to be the champion at the end of the year. So at the end of the year, yeah, I see Khamzat being the champion by then. He's about to
destroy that division of the welterweight division.
The welterweight division. He's going to destroy. He's going to destroy Leon Edwards.
Is that fight even going to happen? We've already had a couple cancellations. I mean,
well, they say they're going to postpone it. Both guys have caught COVID. You know, prayers out to those guys if they get healed up quick. You know. A lot of these fighters are proving that, you know, COVID is not a death sentence, you know. So these guys, you know, hopefully they get their health back quick and we can get that rescheduled as soon as possible.
I'm not even Leon Edwards, bro. I just hope that you get some fights this year What a I just hope you get some fights. Win, lose, or draw. I just hope you get to get in the octagon. Do you see any fans this year? I wanted to ask Heather that, like, do they have any foresight on any fans being able to join some of these shows? We just seen boxing matches where they got some fans in the building. Right. So other parts of the world, like I know New Zealand, they're pushing to hold a big showdown there.
Yeah, I see that too. I see fans coming definitely for MMA in the next maybe 3 or 4 months. You know, I mean, Dana is not going to be too far behind boxing. Canelo just had 10,000 people in the stadium. You know, Errol Spence just had 16,000 people in the stadium, you know. And these boxers are doing good numbers on the gate, you know what I'm saying? Not huge like they normally would, but, you know.
How interesting is that basketball, NBA doesn't have fans. We're watching the NFL ramping up towards the playoffs, no fans. But yet boxing, the deadest sport of all the major sports besides hockey, has fans.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really want to rehash the loss today to the Browns, you know, but the Browns did have some fans in the stands, and that was the first time I seen them at a football game. So it looks like, you know, some of the sports leagues are coming around, and so I don't think Dana would be too far behind.
Do you think that's why Dana really was holding off, since we're going to segue to this guy, but held off Conor because he wanted to keep that live gate? He wanted that money?
Of course, 100%. 100%. It's just like everybody else. Oh, we'll open this up in 6 months. We'll open this up in 3 months. And in 3 months, shit still ain't right. 6 months, shit still ain't right. So, you know, he kept telling Conor, hold on. And before we knew it, here we are at the end of the year. So it's like, okay, you know, now I just got to get this guy out here, at least get the views, you know.
All right. Well, when we come back from this little break, we're going to jump right into Conor and his fight coming up. So here we are, 2021, deja vu. Conor McGregor's going to start off the year fighting whoop-de-doo. Go ahead and take it, 3D, because
oh my God,
love Conor McGregor.
Yo, Cap, the hate does not look good on you, bro. You got to stop that. You got to stop that. Look, he kicked off the year last year with Donald Cerrone, 40 seconds, knockout. You know what I'm saying? Gave us kicked off the year.
Were you impressed with that?
Yeah, I was impressed with that. That's Donald Cerrone, bro. It's like one of the top dudes in the world, bro. Record holder.
Yeah, but we know Cerrone's been doing a little bit of this roller coaster.
That's been his thing since he's been in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? The man ain't never touched the title, goes on a run, beats the shit out of 6-7 people, and then finally gets to step up to fight for the number one contendership or the championship, and he loses. Yeah, well, you know, Conor is a championship in himself.
Conor's never defended any belt. He's got the red velvet rope opened up for him to watch. Just like you're talking about getting the belt now. Like, he ain't fighting nobody. You beat Donald Cerrone, and now you get to fight for the belt? Where have you been for the last 2 years? You ain't even been in the division.
Calling out Khabib for the title all year long.
Everybody's calling out Khabib. Khabib's the man.
What are you supposed to do? If Dana won't let him fight, Dana's the one that's made him call out Poirier on Instagram or Twitter or whatever they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he drew this man to be so desperate. He wanted to fight fucking, what's his name? The Ultimate Fighter winner. Diego Sanchez. Golly, this man just wanted to throw his hands at somebody.
Well, that's who he's really, you know, that's where he jacks up his fan base. That's where you get on board beating up these old guys.
Hey,
like he's doing something.
Bro, I think Conor's one of the best fighters in the world. It don't matter who you put in front of him. He's going to compete.
Okay, so with that said, you think he's going to knock out Poirier? Deja vu.
I
Did he
think
knock him out in the first fight?
he knocked him out in the first fight,
Okay.
first round. But I don't think he's gonna knock him out in the first round. But I do think Poirier is going to sleep.
Interesting. Give me a prediction. Going to sleep early or later?
I think a swift left hand is going to put Poirier down early in the second round.
Interesting. So you don't think Poirier's gotten any better since their first fight a few years ago?
I think he got better, and that's why he's going to last to the second round. I think he got better. I think he got better as his. But, bro, this is what I keep saying about Conor. Conor, not only can he fight, he got a high fight IQ, and hold on, what the whole boy say?
Boring fighters aren't worth the time.
Oh, we got another hater, ladies and gentlemen. So, he's a great athlete. He's more athletic than a lot of these guys. That's the difference. Conor, not only can he fight, but he's one of the better athletes in that division. So that's why
When's the last time we seen him fight at this weight class?
155?
Yeah.
It don't even. That's the whole thing. This is his weight. This is his weight class. This is the one he's supposed to be fighting at 155. That's
yeah. But how do you think he gets a title shot and he hasn't even fought in this division for who knows how long?
Bro, he's been in the top. He's been in the top 3 or top 5, and there's no denying that he's been in the top 5. I don't know how many years now.
Yeah, because they sweat him. He's a money grab. Like it's like Johnny Manziel, bro.
It's one thing to be a money grab and be a hype machine, like a say, with the rainbow hair.
Let me explain to you the disrespect.
Okay,
Conor McGregor has not fought in this division for a couple years, and he's up for a title shot. You have a guy named Leon Edwards who hasn't fought for a year now, not because he doesn't want to fight. And he was been taken out of the rankings after months because his country got shut down and he couldn't travel because COVID was going crazy. Not because he didn't want to fight nobody, but they took his ranking.
I'm going to take you back to what Heather just said. When you only got 75 followers on Instagram, you might not get the type of treatment that some of these dudes get, you think you should get. You know what I'm saying? Like who is Leon Edwards? Like we know him. The fight fans know him. The casual don't know who the fuck Leon Edwards. Did Leon fight
number
last?
3 ranked fighter in the division.
Who did he fight last?
It's been a long time, you know.
There you go.
Maybe.
There you go.
Well, I'll tell you, his last loss was to the champ.
Bro, look. So Gilbert Burns is the number 1 contender at welterweight. Leon, it ain't like Leon was number 1 and just didn't get his shot and all that. No. He had an opportunity to fight. He had an opportunity to fight Usman, and he turned it down. That's on record. He turned that down.
Okay. So let's just go. Should Conor and Poirier be for the belt? Yay or nay?
Of course.
Why?
I want to hear the fans. I want y'all to chime in and let them know. Go ahead and let me know why Conor versus Poirier should not be for the title. Because I believe it should be. Why? Because Poirier was the last lost to Khabib, right?
Lost.
Conor gave Khabib.
You cannot come off a loss and be fighting for the belt unless you were the previous champion.
Bro, all the top 5 dudes then came off a loss.
So they got to fight each other, but not for the belt.
Then who's supposed to fight for the belt if Khabib ain't there?
They're going to fight, and whoever the winner, now they have a win, and they can fight the next one for the belt off a win.
Come on. We can't have no vacant title, bro. That's holding up the division. We can't have a vacant title. When you got that's why we have a ranking system. These guys are top 5 guys.
And they got to fight each other like a tournament. Oliveira has the longest winning streak in the division right now. So technically, whatever his next fight is, he should probably be the one fighting for the title.
But he just beat 2 dudes who ain't never fought for the title.
He just beat a dude that was the champion at one point.
Interim.
Champion. Don't disrespect him.
He was interim. He was the
champion.
Interim.
He had a belt. The Boogeyman was legit. I just think he's not the same fighter without fighting in front of the fans. I think the Boogeyman gets all his juice from the oohs and ahs of the crowd, and he's very lackluster without it, without that energy in the building. And I think it's contrary that Oliveira, I don't think, performs as well under the lights, but he does well in these training sparring sessions that we get to watch with nobody in the building.
This is the truth, okay? This is the truth about the Boogeyman, El Cucuy. The man is tough as fucking nails. Can't take that away from him. Tough as nails. But all that fucking boogie down Bronx break dancing and hitting the speed bag with the elbow, all that, bro. He go in the ring and he don't do none of that. None of that. He don't got like, bro. He's technically he's not sound. Technically, he's not sound.
Oh, we knew that. He was running around with his chin up in the air.
Oh, so I was just waiting. It was a matter of time for Conor knocked him out. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, come on. Conor gave Khabib his best work, right? And Poirier was the last interim champion.
No, I watched Conor get his ass choked out and tapped and submitted.
In the fourth round, bro.
I watched Poirier do it, just like I watched Gaethje do it. Put some respect.
Gaethje got choked out in 2 rounds.
Yes, they all got choked the fuck out.
Poirier got choked out in 3, right?
Did he make it to 3?
Oh, it was 2. Wasn't it 2 for him too?
2. I thought
Conor got to the 4th round. Look, this is how pathetic this is. We sit here saying, look, well, he got to the 4th round.
Yeah, because the only reason he got to the 4th round is because Khabib wanted all the time to beat him down.
Oh, come on, man.
Yes.
Come on.
Khabib stood with him. Khabib dropped him. Did Conor drop Khabib?
He got lucky, bro.
Did Conor drop Khabib?
No, he didn't drop him, but
Conor
he got right up. He got right up.
Dropped by a dude that everybody says has no hands.
Bro, he got right up. Ate it like a cheese sandwich. It wasn't nothing. He got up. It wasn't.
He got dropped. The thing that we see Mystic Mac do to others, he did it to him. That's why
Mystic Mac hit somebody like that, they don't get up.
That's why Khabib is like, why? He's like, I already knocked this fool down. I made him tap and cry for his mom. Like, what else do I got to do to this dude? He's not on my level. He's not on my level. Khabib is on a level of his own. Khabib is waiting for the George St. Pierre fight, and that will be his comeback. But I don't know if he's going to get that 30th win trying to fight GSP.
Oh, yeah, he go ahead and sit his ass down with that. That's not happening.
What's not happening?
He ain't beating no GSP. He's not beating GSP. That's not that would be the Daniel Cormier, bro. You should have stayed retired. Talk. You should have stayed retired like me. You should have retired like I should have. You know.
So you don't think Khabib has a chance against GSP?
Hell no. Hell no. GSP is bigger, stronger, and has the wrestling too.
I don't know.
Well, I
don't know if he's stronger because the thing is like I listened to Cormier talk about how strong Khabib is, and he's like, I fought heavyweights that ain't as strong as Khabib. He's like, Khabib is strong. He could keep me down when he's on his A game, and he's like, I'm a heavyweight. You know what I mean? He's like, I know heavyweights that can't hold me down. It's not just the strength, but it's the technique. These dudes, like growing up wrestling bears. Come on,
bro.
Come on.
We talking about a UFC fighter.
I'm talking about a bear.
A UFC fighter. I understand that. What I'm saying is we talking about a UFC fighter that never wrestled in high school, but it has Olympic caliber wrestling in GSP. He has black belt. I don't even know what fucking Dan or whatever black belt level karate. We know he got the boxing. He trains with, pro boxers. Like, come on, bro. You're not like that wrestling shit. GSP has one of the highest takedown defense ratios in the sport's history. That's why I'm so confident in knowing. You're not taking GSP down like that easily. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. He's going to force you to stand. That's why GSP is like, oh, I want to, test myself. He want to see if I can stop Khabib's takedown. It ain't got shit to do with can I wrestle with him. It's can I stop his takedown? And when he stop his takedown, he gonna piece him up. That's it.
No, I think the Khabib Conor fight kind of, because I thought Conor had that athleticism on Khabib. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. And I think that's all GSP really has. He does have size on him, but if he's going to have to cut down, you know what I mean? That's going to be a little more taxing on his body. I think that's why GSP is a little weary about going down to Khabib's territory. Because
that's why Khabib, I think Khabib's being a little hoe about that whole thing, bro. Just meet him at 165 or even 170. It ain't for no title. It ain't for a title. It's just, the best versus the best, right? That's what we're billing the fight as. It wouldn't be, because that's the whole thing. Dana is stalling because he don't want GSP to win a third title and retire.
He's not going to win third time. We've never seen GSP get that low. Like the last time we see GSP, he was fighting at middleweight at 185. So to get down to 155 is going to be a little stretch. And GSP isn't the youngest chicken in the yard anymore.
No,
he's up there.
And that's why Khabib need to quit bullshitting and make the fight happen at 165, 170.
All right, when we come back, we'll jump to another topic. Okay, let's talk about a fight that's really going to start off the year, 2021. Headlining from Fight Island in Abu Dhabi, my boy Max Blessed Holloway representing Polynesia, fighting my dark horse fighter though. This one's tough for me. I told you I've been a big Kattar fan for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the East Coast, really. Sorry, I'm a West Coast through and through. With that New England cartel, I just watched Rob Font give Mariah the smoke. Kattar has been giving it to people, but I just think this is a huge fight for Max Holloway because you just last year were the GOAT of this division by dethroning the GOAT, running it. You moved up in weight. You lost to Poirier. You came back down. You won a couple fights, but some judges got paid off or something, and they decided to give it to a little midget from Australia. And now you're on the outside looking in, which is kind of a precarious situation for the preconceived GOAT of this division who's still in his prime. Is Max even 30 yet?
I think he just turning 30.
But we know as men, like 30 to 32, you start getting into that grown man, like real prime. I think Max is he's biting off a lot in this fight, but I think this is a low-key championship fight, quality fight in my book. That's why, to me, I'm more interested in this fight because I really don't like the Poirier-Conor fight. I already kind of expect that fight to go Conor's direction. I think Poirier will give him a little run for his money. But this fight right here, I'm just not sure how this is going to turn out. I'm hoping Max Holloway finds his groove again so he can get his third chance and to get his belt back. He's the rightful owner of this thing. He's supposed to have it right there in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's not supposed to be on the Pacific Rim over there in Australia. You know what I mean? Like, I have all the love for the oceanic, that's the motherland. But who wins this fight?
I mean, I feel like I still feel like Holloway's that guy, bro. I feel like Holloway can come in here with his boxing and his combinations and definitely put it on Cater. Now, the only thing that makes me just a little skeptical is I've seen Cater put people down, finish them. I don't see Holloway do that too often. Now he beats him down. Don't get me wrong; he dominates a fight, but I need to see something threatening from Holloway. I need to see Holloway land something vicious, a choke, even a choke. It doesn't even have to be a knockout per se, but a submission. I need you to come in here and snatch this man and let everybody know I'm still the dude. You know what I'm saying? Because if he goes in there and fights Cater to a decision, I don't feel like, even if he wins, I don't feel like that's enough to say that you deserve a third fight against Volkanovski. Now, I do agree with you in that I believe Max won both of those fights against Volkanovski. But as it sits right now, the man lost to him twice. You know what I'm saying?
We could say that, but even Dana White came and he was baffled. And Dana White's pretty nonchalant, but he just like, don't leave it to the judges. But he was like, I don't understand this one. You know what I'm saying? He was very adamant. He's like, I don't know. I think Max has a huge following. Maybe he needs to just make his way back up to Canada. That's where he's had most of his success fighting.
Yeah.
Because the last couple of times haven't been so good to him.
I just think he needs to turn on that killer instinct. That's where we're at now.
I thought did you watch the last fight against Volkanovski? Like, he was out there piecing him up. Max Holloway doesn't
dominator, but the problem is you got to put that little motherfucker to sleep, or put it so that he can't defend himself. One or the other, TKO. But you have to dominate. You have to finish like that. Like, that's where I feel like GSP was towards the end of his career. We've seen a lot of decision victories, but it was like, we need to see this killer instinct. So when he came back against Bisping, he made it a point to choke this man unconscious. So I hope Max comes with that same energy. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like Cater, skill-wise, is a better fighter than Max Holloway. But is he hungrier than Max Holloway? That's going to be the question. Is he more hungry than Max Holloway? Max Holloway been champ. He makes good money. You know what I'm saying? He lives in paradise. So are you hungry to be champ, bro? Again,
he's engaged to be married, but he is hungry. I know he's hungry. I got Max on speed dial. We're cool like that. Last time I talked to him, he told me he wants his belt back, man. Not that he fights for the belt, but it's the respect.
Right.
He feels very disrespected to lose these decisions, because it's like, what do you have to do? And it just shows, like, no matter how great you are, somebody could just have a little scorecard over here and put a wrong number next to your name, and all of a sudden your whole course of your career can change like that.
Right.
I would like to see Max win this in dominant fashion, like you said, and I would like to see him go up to 155 and start bouncing around between these two divisions, just because the Volkanovski fight, I don't know if it sells a third one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I don't know if either one of these guys are going to finish each other. I think it's going to be another 5-round endurance, when this is what we really want to see.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. Hey, when that happened, my mouth dropped. I was like, what? Really?
That left hand, that left hook, and you took that and you want to call out Tank after that?
Yeah.
You've been watching too much YouTube. You need to call up these Logan brothers, Logan Paul or Paul, whatever the hell these Pauls are, and get one of those fights and stay in your lane, because you're not the upper echelon of these dudes. Stick to YouTube. Stick to the funny jokes. Fight these YouTube guys. But you're not ready for the big leagues yet.
No.
That should have showed you. Your Your first taste?
Right. He's not beating Teofimo. Okay. He's not beating Gervonta, because if Gervonta hit him with that,
I don't know if he lasts.
He's not getting up. You're not getting up.
He's not finishing any fight with any. He's getting finished against every one of these other belt holders in his weight class.
Well, I don't know. With Devin Haney, I haven't really seen Devin Haney knock motherfuckers out like that, but he is a very skilled boxer. So that would be an interesting match, because Ryan would actually be the one coming in with the knockouts and the speed and power, those qualities and attributes that we like to see. But is he more skilled? Is he skilled enough to handle a Devin Haney? Now that will also be for a world title. You know what I'm saying? But,
and I'll give the kid his respect. You know, after getting knocked out like that, to get back up and finish the fight, come back and win. I mean, to get knocked out like that,
yeah.
Look how he just falls back on his arm. He's out.
Yeah.
Hell,
he was asleep on the way down. I think right there, he's asleep. Hands are straight. I think when he hit the ground, that's when he woke up. Like, oh shit! Wait. I was not expecting that. You know. But yeah, no, he called out Tank. He said he's willing. He's actually Devin Haney's mandatory, so you might as well it's easy. It's easy money. Go in there. Fight Devin, you know what I'm saying? You probably won't get knocked out. You probably get outclassed if anything. But who knows? You might catch Devin, you know? So that's the more interesting fight to me. Devin Haney versus Garcia. If Garcia tried to fight Tank, his career is going to be short-lived. He ain't coming back from that.
No doubt. When we come back from this little commercial, I got a little question for you, ready for you to answer. For you guys in Portland out here or anywhere else looking for the dopest spot to come in and smoke and chill and join the best club, go ahead and check out Flight Lounge.
Turn it down, man. We'll get this shit jumping and bumping, man. Turned up and burnt out. Only got 4L shit, bitch. They know how I'm coming, man. They know how I'm rocking. They know how I'm glocking, bitch. Like, bitch. What are you smoking? Big gas in the wood. This potent. Take a hit, baby. Sucking while I'm coaching. Hit the blue face dance while I'm stroking. Bitch, what are you smoking? Big gas in the wood. This potent. Take a hit, baby, suck it while I'm coaching. Hit the blue face dance while I'm stroking. Hey, what are you smoking? Big gas in the wood, this potent. Take a hit, baby, suck it while I'm coaching. Hit the blue face dance while I'm stroking.
We out here catching flights. That's what we do at Flight Lounge. So go ahead, flightlounge.biz. You can check us out, get your membership today. But in this show, I want to ask you, since we're at the beginning of the year, what are your dream matchups for 2021?
Two. I got two. First one is I have to see Ngannou versus Stipe 2. I've been waiting too fucking long. Ngannou's been waiting too long. All our Cameroonian family, we've been waiting to get this motherfucker up out of here and get this motherfucking new strap.
Not to change the subject, but to me, he's the most exciting fighter in the UFC, not Conor. Just FYI. That's it. That's for next show. But go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Definitely, the knockouts are exciting. But that's what we want to see. Stipe is bullshitting. My eye, my leg. I'm a firefighter. Fuck all that, bro.
Hey, if you had to fight, if you already beat King Kong, would you really want to battle that fool again? Just take your win and be like, hey.
It's easy work then, right? It's easy work then, right?
No, that fool has children. He wants to be able to speak to them. You know what I'm saying? You want that relationship?
I'm not doing that again.
Why? I just look at it. I already beat you. Why? Go fight John Jones for the interim belt.
Nobody else in the division that can fuck with me.
Hey, I'm gonna plug myself in as Stipe's manager. We're injured at the moment. John Jones, Francis, you guys fight for the interim belt. I'll get you guys. I'll catch the winner on the flip side, and that's how I'm gonna avoid one of those.
Yeah, I can't have that because my other match is John Jones versus Israel Adesanya. Come on, bro. You know it's supposed to go down the Raiders Stadium. You're supposed to see that. So
2021. That's what Izzy said.
Hopefully the fans is back. You know we got a big ass show.
You think Izzy makes it through Jan with no problem?
Come on, bro. Skills.
Hey, Polish power.
Skills pay the bills, man. Skills pay the bills. He just went in there with another power puncher and what's that? Boy Hachia, and made him look like butter.
He is buttering up those abs and for Instagram and all that shit. You know what I mean? He didn't have Polish power though.
That's okay. Cause yeah, Jan is good, but come on, bro. I put it like this. He hits hard, but he ain't got the skills like Izzy. And see, that's what's that's gonna be the difference. Is Izzy's not probably gonna knock him out quick. Izzy is probably gonna catch him with something flash that's gonna get the TKO. I don't think he's gonna put Jan to sleep. Have you seen the size of that man's cranium? The size of that cranium, you're not gonna just hit him with something like that left hook that he been throwing. The left hook he been catching people with. That's not gonna knock out Jan. Probably will stun him, put him down. You know what I'm saying? But unconscious, I don't see that. So, but yeah, I believe Izzy's gonna win. He's faster, more elusive. You know. And
so those are your two dream matchups for 2020.
2021. What's yours?
Oh, my dream matchups for 20. I wanted to see that Logan Paul versus Mayweather, but I heard that's happening. So that's already happening. So don't worry about that one. You know what I mean? I don't know. I want to see John Jones versus Francis. I think that's just two titans. And I just think Francis has been getting the short end of the stick, but to be able to come in and per se like knock out John Jones, who's never been knocked out, like it could just be a very nice notch in his belt, even if he doesn't ever get one because of the game Stipe's playing with him.
Yeah,
playing dodgeball.
Well, then he'll be the most popular fighter in the world. If he beats John Jones, then Stipe would have to fight.
Oh yeah,
turns into Show Enough from motherfucking The Last Dragon.
I would also. I'm
choice what to fight me.
I'm interested in seeing Stipe fight John Jones. Also, I wouldn't mind seeing that matchup. I think John Jones has a more difficult time with fighters his size, height wise, and I think Stipe is an intelligent enough fighter, IQ wise, that he can hang with Jones, frustrate him a little bit, just like he did with DC. And just for John Jones' legacy, to get his credit where it's due. I mean, this dude has never lost. Like he had to.
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, that would be a good matchup. The only thing that I give Jones the edge on is Stipe hasn't really fought many kickers. John is kick heavy. He likes to kick the legs. He likes to kick the body.
Yeah, but he hasn't kicked tree trunks in the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different.
Well, he's been trained with Frank Mir and Arlovsky and those big guys. You know what I'm saying? So, and
Overeem was over there.
Yeah, Overeem, bro. He's inspired some mammoths. Okay, so I just feel like,
but why? Okay,
the reason why I give Stipe any type of to make it like a 60-40, and the reason why I give Stipe the 40 is because I feel like his style is close to Daniel Cormier's, which we saw gave John problems. Even though John got him the second time with the head kick knockout, that's because Daniel or DC, excuse me, has like tails. He was telling him for years, I'm going to head kick you on this side. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing, I don't really see Stipe having those same tails, but he is wrestle and boxing heavy. That's his main styles. So
yeah, that's why it's kind of a dream matchup for me, just because Stipe, by beating DC twice and being the longest reigning heavyweight champ, defending the belt the most, is the most decorated heavyweight fighter UFC's had. And John Jones is the most decorated fighter, period. Stipe is the heavyweight version, but John Jones is the fighter in any weight class. So to see them clash, I think John Jones can win a lot of fans back fighting Francis and fighting Stipe. And those are, I'm a huge heavyweight fan because
it's a different moniker to have the title of heavyweight champion of the world.
Very much so.
It's great. It's great to be welterweight, but everybody
light heavyweight.
Right, everybody
knows light from the heaviest gold there is here. You know what I mean? And like I said, I believe in John Jones' skills. I just don't know why he's taken so long to move up when he's had this opening, because the heavyweight division is like, it's been wide open for a while, kind of. Stipe's had a grasp on it, but it's like these guys come and go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
It's because he got too comfortable winning. And 9 times out of 10, he was the bigger man walking into that ring. So he just got comfortable. Oh, I can make the weight. It's not my fault that I'm a foot taller than everybody else and have a fucking 15-inch reach longer than everybody else. But now, like you said, in a couple shows ago, these guys have acclimated to, okay, this is the champion. So these are the standards that need to be met to challenge him. And his size, athleticism, you look at Dominic Reyes, look at Jan,
And my last dream matchup still has a usual suspect in there. Izzy in there, but I want to see him fight the 2020 Fighter of the Year, Kevin Holland.
You think Kevin Holland was the Fighter of the Year?
Yeah, to win 5 times. To have some of those knockouts that he had. And to me, he was the most entertaining. Like Heather said, like, not only did you just win the fights, but I thought he was the most entertaining. He called a lot of shots. He called out Hazmat at the end to try to get another one. So he's not playing games. I just think his style and Izzy, these lanky, got all the tools in the toolbox type dudes, I think that would be a fun style match. The Style Bender versus the Karate Kid, I'll call him, from Texas.
And with his wild ass style, he just might have a shot, because like I was giving Izzy all the credit for being the more technical guy, it's these wild dudes that you can't set patterns on because they don't have any, Yeah,
to me, Kevin Holland's fighting how I wished the boogeyman El Kukui would actually fight. You know what I mean? Like, you're knocking out people from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where those elbows come in handy down there. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Kevin Holland's confidence is just so high riding out that's going to be. He already tried to put in the Izzy thing where they had a little beef. He made up some shit just to get his name tied in. He's very beatable for sure, but I just think he's game. I just think like how Gastelman gave Izzy problems.
Yeah.
I think Holland is a dude style-wise that can give him problems. I don't know if he beats him, but he's gonna make him put him on an edge that we haven't really seen him. Like, he was very confident against Costa because he knew his style, very predictable. You know what I mean? Romero, he called out Romero, but he already knew Romero's style. he's been fighting these buff guys. That's why Jan falls right in this catalog of these buff guys with power, but they're also slow compared to Izzy.
Well, I definitely want to see Holland versus like Costa or
we're gonna get a Derek Brunson.
Yeah, Derek Brunson. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the Darren Tills and all that shit. You know,
that'd be fun. I just like. I'm getting one of my fights because I wanted Kattar to actually. I thought he was good. I just didn't want to see him fight Max because those are my two favorite fighters in that division.
Right.
So I feel like this is a real championship fight starting off the year that people are sleeping on. I don't see it getting any pub, but I think this is going to be a crazy war because I don't think Kattar has. I don't know. Against Jeremy Stevens, he showed me he had some legit power. You know what I mean?
I'm saying.
So he can finish. He can finish dudes.
You know.
But Max showed that Max is durable, more durable than most of these fools can even wish.
I want Max to be that kind of fighter. You know what I'm saying? I want.
He's
got the skills, bro. He's slick. He got the boxing. He's like one of the top 5 boxers in the sport. You know, Max Holloway.
Yeah, that's why I was disappointed seeing
gotta have that, where you just like laying motherfuckers out. You just gotta have that little extra, and all that is just setting up some traps. You know what I'm saying? Setting up some traps and going for knockouts. He does a lot of jab 1-2, jab 1-2, jab 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Jab 1-2, 3. He does a lot of combos, but you gotta set these combos up to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna step to this angle and catch him on the side, clip this whole chin, and put this motherfucker to sleep. Max doesn't. I don't know. I want to see when he fought. Oh boy, and he was like pointing down at the. Show me some of that Savage. Show me some of that Savage.
Yeah, but see, that was when he had nothing to lose. When he's been the champion, you have everything to lose. You see what I'm saying? And even with that said. That last fight against Volkanovski, he came out. He came after Volkanovski. He's not scared of him. No. He didn't run from him. No. He was coming after him. It's just that dude. You talk about a big head on a little ball. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see a lot of people knocking out Volkanovski, and I think Volkanovski he has something on his plate because the way the UFC set it up is Volkanovski is going against Ortega. Ortega got smoked by Max when they fought. So if Ortega can take Volkanovski in deep waters or maybe take Volkanovski to the ground and submit him, Max is right back in there if Ortega can sneak that belt and get his belt back. But I think Max's toughest fight is this one right here.
See, yeah, that's how Max gets the belt back is Volkanovski doesn't have it anymore. You know what I'm saying? But like you were saying earlier, I definitely want to see Max start to make his way up into the lightweight division.
I think he was going through that Poirier fight. He was a little setback, but people forget that was on short notice. That was just to save a card when he filled in and took that fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but committing to the weight class, I feel like he'll be able to train different, eat different. And we'll see a more filled out Max. He's already got the height and reach for the division. Put that extra because when you look at the two fighters' arms and shoulders during that fight, Poirier and Holloway,
big difference.
I was like, oh shit.
And that's what I was saying. Even though Max fought up and he can carry more weight, he didn't. On 2 weeks' notice, you're just not gonna like get buff.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like he has to stay lean because I don't know how he makes 145. To be honest, like that's one is crazy because you see him standing next to some of these dudes and he's bigger. Like when you see him towering over DC when they do their little interviews and shit.
Yeah.
He making like DC. That's why he's like always calling him out.
Yeah, I just seen him on some podcast a couple of days ago. They were talking about how Max is always calling out DC, but yeah, I feel like maybe that's what he need to do is like fuck with DC or AKA or something like that, just to switch it up a little bit.
Well, they've been on lockdown in Hawaii because of the COVID stuff. So when I was talking to Max the other night, because we cool like that, you know what I'm saying? He told me he hasn't sparred the last 2 camps. He didn't spar his last camp against Volkanovski. He trained literally from Zoom, and he said he felt like he fought one of his best fights of his life. So he's pretty much been fighting on Zoom with his coaches, training, I should say, not fighting, but training mostly Zoom. Hasn't sparred at all this whole camp. And he said that's going to be probably one of his new things, to not spar as much as he used to, because he took so much damage in practice that he just feels a lot fresher going into these fights, not having been beat up to get there.
Right. Now, when we say not sparring, though, are we talking about like just not hard sparring, or are we talking about like
Not sparring?
that's not no smart?
He had 0 training partners. He hit pads. That's it.
Wow.
So that was his whole thing, because they were on lockdown. Being in Hawaii, they couldn't fly people in and out, and they were getting big fines. So they didn't want the gym to get a fine, so they trained on Zoom.
Yeah.
Max said, he's like, I've been a fighter for my whole life. So he's like, it's not like I have to figure out. He's like, my main thing was working on my conditioning, make sure, I was in shape, I can make weight, make sure my cardio was good. But he's like,
Yahtzee, that's it right there. That right there, what you just said. I feel like Max is getting older, and as he's getting older, it's all about making the weight. You know what I'm saying? It's about getting conditioned, making the weight. You know what I'm saying? And quit killing yourself to get to 145. Like a lot of the guys that you competed with already are at 155. Connor, 155. Charles Oliveira. I believe they met before. I believe they've met before, right? When Max was on his ascension to the title, I believe he fought Charles Oliveira.
I don't know. Let me check that. Welcome back to Fight or Flight. It's your Captain Jay. It's my man 3D from the Apex Center.
So yeah, man, I think that checks out. So a lot of the guys that he's fought are at 155. Even Dustin Poirier, who I feel like in a rematch, I would love to see that rematch. With Max having a full camp and being fully at
Yeah, that fight was uber close. Max had more volume. Poirier had the heavier shots. But what changed is when Max caught that knee to his forehead and it cut him open. It made it things, once a dude's cut up like that, it just looks like he's getting beat up, even if he's not getting beat up, just right. Because you got blood squirting everywhere. Like, the judges see that. It looks a little different than what it is. Yeah, but that is a wrap for Fight or Flight family. We out of here.